Welcome to another episode of What's the Word podcast. Your boy DYCKMAN Drew, and today I got two special guests. I got my man straight out of the H-Town, Youth So Love, and I got the GOAT of all producers. Yeah, I said it. My man JESUSPIECE178.
Yo, Drew, what up?
What's good with y'all? What's the word? What's good?
Chilling, man. Chilling. What's up with you?
You already know, man. I had to get y'all up here so we could talk about that new project and bring light to the takeover that's about to happen.
Absolutely.
So big and everything.
What's good with you brothers, man? How y'all been? Everything good?
Blessed, man. Happy to be back in New York. Had a crazy video shoot for No Love For You.
Okay.
Project is doing amazing. We're about to hit 100K. Man, it's been blessed, man. I'm working on a new album too. It's been great.
The world needs Jesus.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
We're gonna get to that, but I wanna bring everybody up to speed on the two of you guys. Cause I tell JESUSPIECE all the time, y'all the new gangstar. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that's just the roles are reversed. The producer's from New York and the artist is from Texas. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's dope. That's really dope.
We gotta do something with that.
Yeah.
So we gonna start with you. When did you get your start in music?
I got my official start when I came out here in New York, 2016. I was doing a lot of work prior or before that in Texas, just trying to get my name in the ground, man, put that flag in the ground for You So Love. I kind of didn't know myself, man. I kind of figured out everything when I got here, 2015. 2016, I dropped Love vs. War, and it kind of went crazy. I went on crazy shows, went on tours, killed SOB twice in New York City. Went to Philly, bunch of shows, man. Went on tour with Jordan Lucas, bunch of major people that I'm happy to be blessed, man, to be on this journey. But I would say 2016.
My man was on tour with Cam, and I'm telling him.
Yeah, Cameron, Smoking Stubbs, Smoke Dizza, The Underachievers, Joey Badass, Wiz Khalifa had a few stops. Yeah, man, crazy show. Ice Cube in Houston, Texas. So it's been a crazy ride, but I would say 2016 is when everything really popped off and just my first official EP. Just went crazy.
What inspired you to make the music you make? Because you don't, like us being from New York, we have a biased ear.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So whenever somebody's not from where we from, we pretty much can hear where they're from through their music. But you don't have a sound that puts you in a region, whereas your typical Texas artists sound a certain way. You know what I mean? Like you have your own sound. Where does that come from?
I think that comes from being myself, taking the time out to figure out what I want to say, or when I write my lyrics, or if I'm just making little songs that I really want to kind of think about putting on the album. I really make sure that it's coming from myself, that it sounds like myself. Even the people that I kind of looked at, OGs back in the day who were the greatest to me, I kind of still took what they were doing, and I feel kind of implemented myself, so I always kept it genuine, bro. I always just make sure that I always want to represent myself.
My bro got a lot of range. As you hear through the music, he can rap, he can sing. So why limit himself? So it's sad to say he got so much range. He can do.
Yeah, his sound is different.
Yeah.
Sound is different. It's definitely different.
Thank you.
JESUSPIECE. When did you get into the whole music thing? When did you start producing?
I started making beats in 2009. Bro.
Okay.
December of 2009. So it was almost 2010. My boy E actually had bought a MIDI pad, a drum pad, and I had Fruity Loops on my computer.
Okay.
I was like, yo, let me just see what that's about. And I just started working with it, just kind of as a hobby, and I just kept doing it every day. From then till now.
What's the inspiration behind you wanting to make beats opposed to being a rapper?
being outside in New York back in the days when we grew up, everybody kind of like rap.
That's what I'm saying. And you was outside early.
Yeah, or freestyle. So I probably freestyle, but to be honest with you, I didn't really want to be like, I didn't really like that to be like up front.
Okay.
I'd rather like be a little bit more low key.
Yep.
And I felt like as a producer, that was more of my lane because I can like make beats, still make music, and then still kind of be myself and be a little bit more like low key. You know what I'm saying?
More reserved. Yeah, I get it. I get it. So,
Yo,
the connection with New York, how did that come about?
they came about with fashion. I don't know if you know, you so love me as an artist. I really, really am big on fashion. As a kid from Houston, I went to college for fashion design. My second thing in life before music was like become this big fashion designer, put out dope clothes, kind of changed the world through that. So New York kind of like spoke to me when Fashion Week was going on, and I was at the age to like come out here by myself without my peoples, and kind of check that environment out. And I fell in love with it, man. I think I was here for like a week. I was supposed to be here for a week, but I ended up staying 3 weeks. So I ran the bill up on the Airbnb, and I just stayed here, man, and I fell in love with it. After I got a connection with the fashion world, and I was there for Fashion Week. I started traveling to Soho. I started traveling around. I started meeting different people, and I just fell in love with the city, man. And I started to see that being in the city, being around the skyscrapers and the buildings and everything, seeing the art, the graffiti, it started to give me inspiration. It started to give me inspiration to write, to see the different, like the life that's going on, the taxi cabs, the people walking, the dog, all that shit. So it really just opened up my mind to write better lyrics, honestly.
Got you. Got you. And what, Jesus Peace, question for you, my brother. What's the inspiration behind your music?
I mean, I grew up listening to a lot of different music. So I'm Dominican, so I grew up listening to Latin music. But I grew up in Washington Heights where it was a combination of like Latin music and then rap music. Back then in the 90s when I was coming up, it was all about like rap. Everything is rap. I think it's just a combination of like where I'm from,
Yep.
what I listen to. Just kind of like put all of that together, get into it.
Okay. Flight to Houston, right?
Yeah.
Huge record, dope record, phenomenal record. Now, talk to us because me and Jesus Peace had no idea. And that's my man. Like, me and this man are on the phone every day of the week. And when that record came to like our eyes, we couldn't believe what was done with it. Talk about how, absolutely, my brother, absolutely. Because the first thing I told him was, yo, that dude right there is different because his sound can get played on any radio station.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, he's not in the pocket of, he's a rapper, he's a singer, he's an R&B. No, he's an artist. And that record right there is like you could play that on a R&B station. You could play that on a hip hop station. You could play it on a hardcore hip hop station. Yeah. Like that music is, and it has a timeless sound. How did that come about?
That record came about on a crazy level because I got two instrumentals. One was really, really hardcore, really, really dark. And the second one was Flight to Houston, the instrumental. And the story is crazy because I think an artist by the name of STARBEL was already on it. I had no clue. I was in Houston, Texas, just doing my thing. By this time, I had already lived in New York and moved back to Houston and was trying to figure out what was my next step.
Okay.
Everything was kind of like at the bottom for me, so I was trying to figure out how I was going to start again. And my man Powder hit me and was like, yo, I got these beats for you. I'm putting together this team of super producers and artists. I think that you will be perfect. You were like the craziest artist that I've ever heard. And he was telling me that everybody was from New York, but I'm from Houston. He still was gonna put me on it. He was like, "You New York now. We love you here. We taking you in as family." And to Powder, man, and DYCKMAN, man, always show me love. And shout out to OG Randy too, because that's who connected us. And I honestly did the first record, Streets, and it was so dark, man. It was so like it was just so like about that life, like it was so
Yeah.
about their life. But I seen it on a film, like I seen it in like movies. I seen it
Okay.
that's when I was writing it. I seen it like for a movie. Um,
Got you.
but after I got that done, I started working on Flights to Houston, and I fell in love with it. I started playing it for everybody. They fell in love with it, and then this girl by the name of Maya J. Her family is Jay Prince from Rap a
Okay.
Lot.
Yep.
She came to the studio and kicked it with me, and she was like, "No, you got to put the record out. It's one of the hottest records. Like I've never heard anything like this." And I told her, I said, "I put this record out if you want one.
Mm.
If it's some low vocals or anything like that."
Yeah.
And it wasn't because of her background. It wasn't because of anything. It's because I knew we were the future of Houston, and this sound was something that nobody ever had. Like I knew
Absolutely.
we were creating something different. I knew this was the new hip hop soul sound.
Yep.
Um, and like I said, I turned Street and Powder fell in love with it. I turned in Flights to Houston with it. He didn't say anything about it. So I kind of knew, all right, this is something that might be golden.
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right, he's sleeping on it. I'm about to do a video. I'm about to do everything.
Yeah.
I'm about to really kill it. So I actually got the video done, man. The video was incredible. It took us like 8 hours, 9 hours to shoot it. I was blessed because as soon as we released it, it hopped on BET. It was on BET Jams, and then
Yes, sir.
they put it on BET Soul, put it on VH1 and all of that. So at this time, I really didn't even know Jesus. You
Yep.
know, we never really communicated.
Yeah.
And then OG Randy called me and said, "Yo, congratulations on the video on BT, but like some artists out here got the same song."
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, "Ah, damn." I'm like, "Ah, man, this always happens. This I don't even know how to handle this." And he was like, "Don't worry about it. I'm proud of you. This is on BT. This is big. I'm gonna take care of you." So I guess he made a few phone calls, and it actually kind of led it back to Jesus, where we connected. We talked on the phone, and I was like, "Man, I don't think you see this. This record is really changing my life. It's blowing up."
Yeah.
Um, and yeah, man, we kind of connected on that level. Shout out to STARBEL, man, because he actually took the song down, and I really appreciate him for that. And we got one of the hottest records out right now on this project, and I just think, man, that song "Fight for Houston," that's what brought everything to life.
That damn sure did, bro. That damn sure
Now we
did.
here, now we here.
So what happened was that I sent Powder the 2 beats,
Yep.
and when he came back, he told me about the Streets record that Soldiers mentioned. He said,
Yeah.
"Yo, kid, my boy from Houston, you so love, killed this record. We running with this." So I was like, "Well, I bet we got things," but he never told me that Soul was gonna jump on the second beat, which was
Yeah.
the Houston. But StarBell didn't get in it till like after that.
Yep.
Because remember, the song and the video thing was out at the time when StarBell got on it. That's how we found out.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't know. I never knew like he used that beat. So months later, I link up with StarBell. He heard the beat. He said, "Yeah, I want to jump on that." Did it. So when we put it out, it was a blessing in actuality because by us putting it out is the reason how OG Randy hit me up.
Yo, fam, I reposted it and Randy hit me up in the DM like, "Yo, my man did a record to that joint." Remember I hit you? I was like, "Yo, Poe, somebody recorded to this." Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so it was kind of like it was like a blessing that me and StarBell didn't put it out. Maybe if we never put it out, I might have never even met Soul. You know, who
Yes,
knows?
sir.
But that's how that whole shit happened.
That's dope, man. Where did you get? Where's the name Jesus Piece 178? What's behind that?
So my real name is Jesus, and I'm from 178 in Washington Heights. Shout out to Washington Heights. And back in high school, in Dubs, G-Dubs, a couple of my people used to just call me Jesus Piece. Just, yo, Jesus Piece, whatever.
Got you.
So when it was time for me to really think of how I want to represent myself, it was like I wanted to represent my block.
Mm-hmm.
I just figured like, Jesus Piece sounds dope. It's my real name, so I just went with that.
Jesus Piece 178. It is. Youth Soul Love. What's behind that name? Where'd you come up with the name Youth Soul Love? Because even your name, like I think like you know how they say some people were born for certain things.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, what's behind that? Because that's creative in itself.
Well, like I was saying earlier, like fashion was always my thing. So when I was going to college, I was always studying like Yves Saint Laurent. Everybody already knew me kind of like as YSL around where I was coming up from. I really kind of like wanted to create something that was different. I've never heard of anything called YSL yet.
Yeah.
So everybody that I knew called me Young Stet. So I always took that young, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna keep that young. You know, the youth, you always gonna be young forever.
Got you.
And then that's who I really wanted to pay attention to. I really wanted to. At the time I was writing music, it was really, really powerful. It was really, really strong. Everything came with a message, and it was really, really strong. Like I think everybody in New York was calling me like Lupe. So it was kind of like really, really on a high level of like talking to giving back to the world and everything. So I'm like, yeah, I got to get back to the youth. And I show them that this is the way, this is it. So youth always set the tone with me. So, you know, putting my soul in everything that I do. God is love. So those things stood out to me. YSL, that was still in those matters. So you show love. Giving back to the youth, putting your heart to it, and God is love.
That's fire.
Yeah.
Now, as far as your music goes, so have you always been like the melodic harmonizing artist, or was there a time that you was like that dark, like you said, that dark hardcore trap? You know what I mean? Like, what took you away from being that, if you were ever that in that space?
When I first started, man, it was really, really kind of like I was kind of lost. I was making all types of stuff that really didn't kind of like fit my persona or fit my artistry. But as I got older, you know, I had to go to county in Houston, Texas. I had to sit down for some few times.
Okay.
And I had to do some time by myself. And during these times, I'm seeing like what got me to that time. And before I had to sit down, I was blessed to go to the BET Awards, and I was interviewing artists. I was on the other side of the road. You know what I'm saying? I was on the red carpet. I was on the other side, and I'm talking about I'm interviewing Warren G. I'm interviewing Tyrese. I interviewed Kendrick Lamar. You know, just amazing people. And this is in the early ages. This is when Kendrick Lamar dropped in what is it? Good Kid, Mad City.
Okay.
So this is young Kendrick, and he was telling me the tips. And I go back home, and I had to sit down for like 4 months. So when I got out, man, in that time I'm there, I'm just writing, and I'm just trying to create the best music. I'm actually sitting down and writing my bars, and I'm actually making sure that this word matches with this, and this goes with this, and it's an actual a story, you know. So that's what I knew. I was like, man, I'm changing as an artist. So it actually that time sitting down really kind of showed me like, man, you really got to get serious with this. So it kind of told me like, man, stop making bullshit. You got to make bullshit and don't put out no bullshit. You really at the time, really focus on it. If it's not good as the time when you were sitting down writing, then don't put it out.
Makes sense. Say that.
I had to grow as an artist. Like I said, I moved out to New York, and I started learning about a lot more than what I knew in Texas. And it just elevated me as an artist.
Got you.
Yeah.
Got you. Jesus Piece, pretty much a similar question, right? We come from, I mean, you kind of showed how old you are when you said you grew up in the 90s. So, you know, I wasn't gonna put that. I would have said you grew up in the 2000s, but you know,
I'm an OG, man. I'm an OG in this shit, and also like maybe there's other people who are of a certain age and might think like they can't start something else and let that turn into something. You know what I'm saying? I'm testament to that, bro. Like I went to college. I got a degree and a career. I still was able to like do what I love and turn what I love into something even after all that. So like me being an OG, like I hope that inspires other even OGs to be like, you know what, man, if I love doing this, it ain't about how old I am. You know what I'm saying? I can just do this because I love doing this.
I mean, it's not about the age, but in music, it's the feel. Like you don't have you come from an era of that boom bap, right? Yeah. And you come from the Nas era, the J era. You know what I mean? Like Wu-Tang and
none of the beats.
Your sound is so you already know. I gotta say it like I'm saying it for the first time for my listeners, but your sound is so far left. When everybody's going right, you stayed left because you figured out, you know what? I'm going to create a sound. You know what I mean? And what goes into your mind as you going into making these, because this music, I'm not going to say these beats, this music that you create?
I try to think like ahead in a way. I don't make a beat that's gonna sound dope today. I try to make a beat that's gonna sound dope like next year. Cause by the time like it gets done, by the time we put it out, it might be like close to next year. And not only that, but for me, that approach is like it's gonna keep me ahead. I don't really like to and you know, everybody that's doing what they do, shout out to them, and everybody who likes what they like, shout out to them. It's all about, everything is subjective. People like
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But for me, it was more so about making the music sound more ahead as opposed to trying to go and recreate something that was in the past. I think like the past, it was classics in that. We can just keep it that and then just make new classics. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
That's kind of like how my thought process is. I don't really want to like go back and do what was already done. I kind of want to set the precedent and set the new standards and what's gonna be done.
And I think that's the problem with a lot of the older people that want to do stuff. It's like, if you want to compete with the younger generation, you got to reinvent yourself and make yourself appealing to that crowd, bro. They not gonna be on the same type of time I'm on.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? But if I can get y'all to listen to the type of time I'm on, using the type of time y'all on, I'm winning.
Exactly.
You understand? And that's what these people don't get. Like, people, oh no, I'm gonna do it this way because I'm from this. I'm from the old school. I'm from like, bro. Rap started off hip hop, hippity hip hop, bro. Ain't nobody doing that.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So, you know, I respect that, because a lot of the people that come from where we come from, that make beats, that rap, are talented. But a lot of the music and a lot of these beats sounds dated, and it's new music. So if it's old music that I'm putting out and it sounds dated, I get it. I made this 10 years ago. I made this 15 years ago. But if I'm hitting you with something new and it sounds like I made it 10 years ago, I'm only doing it for myself. I'm not really doing it to win.
Yeah.
And people are confusing pride with progress. People think, oh no, I'm gonna stick to my guns and lose.
Yeah.
That's what you're gonna do. You're gonna stick to your guns and lose.
Yeah.
And the point is to win. That's why, like, I asked you, so you come from Texas. You know what I mean? Like, you don't sound country.
Yeah.
You don't talk about the cars and the lean and the drink and the this and the smoking and the bitches, and that's not your like you're a whole vibe by yourself.
Thank you, brother.
And it's because you refuse to put yourself in a box.
Yeah.
Just like the man sitting next to you. You know what I mean? It's easy to follow trend, but it's harder, and it takes a lot more balls to do something when nobody else is doing it.
Yeah.
Because then when it becomes cool, we already doing something else that niggas ain't doing yet because it ain't cool yet.
Yeah.
And I respect that about y'all, because individually I see that's how y'all move. With Jesus Piece, I've been around from the beginning. I put out about 15 to 20 songs of his myself when I was doing music and putting artists on beats. I've seen the evolution with you once you came around, and it's like, yo, what's his name? Chill, hold up, man, because that flight to Houston might have just got lucky. Might have just been because he was on your beat. What's up with this dude for real? And it's for real.
Yeah.
Yo,
you know what I mean? Like,
every time, bro, every project is got better and better and better.
And that's what I'm saying. And I'm not gonna say that if I don't feel that way.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Jesus Piece knows how I give it up. You know what I'm saying? And you and I have interacted more than enough for you to understand that I'm not a yes dude. Like, I'm not gonna be like, oh yeah. Nah, if I think something's whack, I can care less what you feel about it. I'm telling you how I feel about it. You know what I mean? And y'all stay true to yourselves, and you can hear that in the music. And I think that's why y'all gonna win, and that's what makes y'all dope. the new Gangstar. I said it first, baby.
Ah.
Let's get to this project, man, because I know y'all some busy dudes, and so you on vacation in New York, so
Yeah.
I mean, no, you on vacation when you in Texas. When you in Texas, you on vacation. You home now.
Over here, it's work all day.
That's a whole fact. So, this first joint we're gonna get into is The World Needs Jesus.
Yeah.
Bro, when I tell you, you couldn't have done that record any better, because me knowing what I know, not just as a fan of you guys, but just knowing the back end story, like, yo, this is really true. Like, it really happened all this way. What inspired you to make that record?
Oh man, I tell you, it's really like the cities we be going to and the vibes, the energy we be in. Man, we was in Orlando.
Okay.
We was working on it. We just got there. We just started the trip. I just felt good, man. I was with my brother. We was chilling. We was cooling. We was working on music. I was getting into it for the next album. We already had this album kind of ready, but we needed kind of like a little cherry on top.
Absolutely.
We knew it was something, like some component missing.
Yeah.
When I kind of did it, how I've been working, man, I've been working on reference tracks. I haven't really been writing. I kind of like let my soul take me and let the lyrics kind of just speak for itself. So
Absolutely.
Jesus tell you, man, it just came out so genuine. Like he was sitting right next to me. We was in good vibe, good weather.
Yeah.
It was January. We in Orlando. Everybody going through snow and everything out here. Texas is cold. We in Orlando. So just being around good energy, man. Shout out to Mateo. He engineered that, man. King Teo. And Kanahe, shout out to him, man.
Shout out to all of them at that studio.
Yeah, the Studio 18. Yeah, FL, man. Shout out to all of them. Trey off, everybody over there. Chris. Yeah, man, we were just in great energy, man. And it just came out so natural. I was kind of digging through, I call it digging through the crates with Jesus, because his beats are so timeless. You never know if you made it in 2015 or you made it in 2021.
Thank you. Facts.
And this is how it started. He said, yo, I got this new shit I want to play for you, man. I'm like, nah, we're not going to play the new shit.
That's exactly how
we're not going to do the new shit. We're going to wait 2 weeks. I'm going to play with the new shit in June.
Yeah.
So in June, we can drop the new shit in December.
Got you.
You see how I'm working?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Let me hear some of that old shit. You know, you got tucked and you got, let me up. Let me get on that. So I'm scraping through everything, and I'm happening to find like stuff from my new album.
Okay.
I'm just trying to complete everything that's at hand. We working on projects as it is. It's not just like singles. So I'm listening for everything, listening for instrumentals, man, and I found this, and it just fits so well. The story came out so natural. I was even telling my boy Astro, who shot the album cover, we took that picture before I even recorded this song. So talking about Black Beamers, how we had the picture, it came out so natural, man.
It did.
Everything is just real facts, and that's what I really want to deliver. That's what I want to share with the youth. You can really talk about your real life story. You ain't got to talk about killing, motivate each other, and man, it just came out so genuine, man.
Yo, and I'm sitting there next to him in the studio, and like he said, he don't write. He just go in there and like reference the track. So he's in the booth, and I'm just there sitting chilling. When I'm hearing him, it was crazy to me. Like, man, bro, like he just put that whole story, like 100% accurate, into a song like that, like so effortless too. I was just amazed too. Like, damn, he felt that.
You being real humble about it, because when you left the studio, you blew up my phone. It was like, I got the record. Now it's finished. Yo, he's being mad cool right now, yo. He's being mad cool right now, because when y'all left the studio, he was blowing me up like, yo, son, I got the record. The album's done. This shit is it. I got the record I needed. Yo, he's like, it's called The World Needs Jesus. Yo, it was fire, bro. And before I even got to hear it, he's telling me. So I'm like, okay. And when I heard it, I was like, yo, this shit brought everything.
That's it. Yeah.
It did that.
That was the record I needed. Like the project was fire, and I put it out as it was. But him doing that last record just kind of like sealed it.
Yeah.
And I was, like you said, I was on hype after. I was like, yo, that's it. I'm ready to turn this shit in.
Yo, that's a whole fact. Before we get to that first song, so what's your favorite cut off the joint?
Oh, Switch.
Switch?
Switch. Switch is. I fell in love with it.
Don't talk about it. Don't talk about it. We're gonna get to that.
Switch.
Jesus Piece. What's your favorite cut off the joint?
Yeah. I ain't gonna lie, like it's gonna sound cliche, but I fuck with all of them, bro. I think they all my favorite.
You know how easy it is for either one of us to say that, yo?
Yeah, no, I was gonna say that first, but I'm like,
Come on, son. Cut that BS out, man.
Can't even lie to you.
I think probably the world needs Jesus just because like the whole story of it, you know what I'm saying? How it happened. And then it's just like it's the story of how we met, it's the story of how everything happens. Yeah, the world needs Jesus.
World needs Jesus.
World needs Jesus.
Love on the low.
I love that shit. I love that shit.
Shout out to Chino. That's Chino. My boy Chino was like, nah, you gotta start making records like that.
Yo.
He said, so stop playing, bro.
That's different.
Make that.
Yo, but no love for you with my nigga STARBEL.
No, listen. Yo, Cheeky. When I first heard the album, what I told you.
Yeah, that's just that's
like that shit. Him and STARBEL, because I couldn't wait for y'all, because what he did with the record and what you did with Flight to Houston, yeah. I was like, yo, we got to get these two together.
Yeah.
And that record, we gonna get to it. We gonna get to it. I'm gonna play The World Needs Jesus right now.
Bye. Peter.
Feeling like the time is now. That's when he said he got some beats from you. Heard this shit for the first time and they know what to do. Should I talk about my life? Should I talk about the nights? All these bitches living trife. We just trying to get it right. I'm just trying to fucking right. Put my life up in these bars. Lord knows we had it hard. Who knew we make it this far? This nigga landed in New York. You pick me up in a foreign car. Those illuminated logo had me feeling like a star. Black beamers, bad bitches, you couldn't see us. Flights to Houston, now these niggas, they wanna be us. Texas is my state from 17 to 8.
Hey.
Need Jesus. Niggas talking black beamers. Gold, simple, black face rolling. Niggas got up in the game, now they can't hold me. Shaq and Kobe, never forget all the shit you told me. Paid attention to this, that's why these niggas own me. The game is just to be told, that's why they never saw me. Now I'm stepping on Jesus shit and it's so unholy. Holy moly, this nigga gone, Big Foley. Went from broke shopping at Foley's, hit the stage and now they know me. Talking black beamers, bad bitches, couldn't see us. Flights to Houston, how these niggas, they wanna be us. Texas is my state to 17 to 8. Yeah, the world need Jesus. Niggas talking black beamers, bad bitches, you couldn't see us. Flights to Houston, now these niggas, they wanna be us. Texas is my state to 17 to 8. Yeah, the world need Jesus. I remember Powder called me, told me he had some beats for me. I'm glad I answered that phone call, cause it changed my life. Yo, every time I go to New York, family, shout out to Jesus Peace. The world needs Jesus. From Houston, Texas to New York. So,
Hey, get that episode. That's my shit right there, yo. You couldn't have put that together any better, bro. Anything you would have added, if you would have coughed, it would have been it would have fucked the record up. Like you couldn't, you had to leave it the way it was, bro. You did that.
Imagine me sitting in there and him just going in, not writing it down, and then just spitting that, and me just listening to all that shit. I was like, damn, this is crazy.
When you say you make that beat?
Oh man, I probably made that beat like 5 years ago.
Crazy.
Like 4 or 5
Easy.
years ago.
But you know what it is? I tell Jesus all the time. There's dudes that's nice that could rap, right? And they can get on a beat and rap. But there's a marriage that an artist can have with a song that it just sounds like it sounds like it goes like this. You know what I mean? And you and him have that. He had that with a partner of mine before. Like, it's just like, to me, I personally feel, I know I'm biased, but I personally feel that he makes people reach for their shit. Like, he's gonna bring shit out of an artist that they didn't know was there.
Yeah.
Or they're gonna bomb. It's only one or the other. You know what I mean? If they get it right, it's gonna be that shit.
Yeah, Drew. This ain't bullshit production.
Yeah, at all.
This ain't bullshit production
At all.
This is like, this is you got to be on a certain type of level. This ain't no little kid shit. This is like some.
Yeah.
This is you industry made.
Yeah,
Not
exactly.
You industry made.
That's a whole fact.
For Jesus Peace. You want to go play around on YouTube and kind of get your skills up, and go to YouTube and go find you some beats to play on. But this type of production,
You feel me?
this type of production is for elite lyricists.
It's different. That's why I said, like, you could rap, but it don't mean you going, you know what I mean? Like, you could jump, it don't mean you're gonna catch every alley-oop.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And you got to know how to do more than dunk.
Yeah, exactly.
You're gonna
Exactly.
have to learn how to dribble, lay up, you know what I'm saying, call plays and all of that.
Yeah, that's a whole fact.
And I'm just so proud, man, because I know we're building something great.
Yeah.
If we could just keep it going, I know we're gonna keep it going, man. That's my only thing, man. Just keeping this shit going for the rest of the decade. That's what we try to go for.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I'm gonna tell you like this. I'm gonna have my man, Jesus Peace knows him. His name is Fuji. I'm gonna have him just go on tour with me. We're going to the Asia though. I'm Youth So Love out there. They don't know no better. You know what I mean? I already got this. I got this whole album memorized already, bro. I'm gonna get me a light skinned dude with green eyes, and we gonna run around all over the place.
Yo, just put your shades on and you good.
Now I gotta get that red blazer. There's one red blazer that you.
Red suit, right?
Yeah, I gotta get that. I gotta get with the taco meat.
Yeah.
I gotta do it. I gotta do it. I gotta do it. I gotta do it.
Nigga Drew cutting up.
Nah, you know what? I'm gonna tell you the truth. I told Jesus Peace. I was like, yo, bro, everybody can't do that shit right there, bro. He pulled it off.
Yeah.
He pulled it off like he did it. He don't look crazy.
Yeah.
Because not everybody could do it. It's just like the music you make. People could try to do it. It don't mean they're gonna get it done.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you can see from your visuals, from your sound, you don't have a problem being you.
Yeah, nah, this is me. This is what I'm giving to the world. I didn't want to like portray some image or like try to sell something. You know, it's like kind of like trying to get somebody to sell cigarettes who don't smoke cigarettes.
Yeah, yeah,
You know?
yeah.
And I just didn't want to be that type of person. And, you know, when I initially got into the industry, I didn't do it for money. Like I really got into it because this was the love. Like I knew from day one, like I was gonna be an artist.
Got you.
I heard other individuals, and I wasn't hating, but I was like, I do that better. You know, like I was listening to Cameron. I was in ninth grade. You know what I'm saying? And I was saying I could do that better, but I was like, I'm gonna be good like him, and I'm gonna get up there. You know, Cam was one of my favorite artists at the time, like Dipset, Diplomats, everybody. But I just like how he held down his foundation, Diplomats, and even people like O2 was just like, man, I just heard great lyrics. People like Fab, people like Jadakiss. And that's probably why you don't hear a Southern sound from me, because my influences and the people I was listening to wasn't just from the South. I really paid attention. I showed love for people from the South, but I was there. I listened to it on the radio every day. So to get away from that, I would dibble and dabble with great lyricists from the East Coast or up north.
Now you did it the right way. You doing it the right way.
Thank you, man.
And don't change nothing.
Thank you. We try to go to the top, man. We on the way to the top.
That's a whole fact.
Yeah.
No love for you. What? Jesus Peace. No love for you. How did that come together with that, because that was the record I was waiting for. You know this. From Flight to Houston, I was like, wait a minute. Okay, they can't both. All right, well, you got to get them together because this is going to be different.
It's another crazy little story behind that because Soul was out here in New York. This was like a few months ago, right? Like a year ago.
A year ago before pandemic. What it was
like when it first started.
Yeah.
And he had just referenced it and then just like had it tucked. And then I ain't gonna lie, we kind of like just forgot about it. It was just kind of like in the stash.
Okay.
So now when we working on this project now, I had another record that is in the stash now. And we initially was gonna do that record with STARBEL.
Okay.
But then I just like remembered like, yo, I remember we got a reference stash. Pull that up, let me hear that. And then I heard that and I sent the reference to STARBEL. And STARBEL was like, yo, that's sweet, that's fire, I want to jump on that. So I said, I called Soul up and I was like, yo, Soul, record it officially and then send it to me and STARBEL gonna jump on it. And that was really all it took, bro. Like STARBEL heard the reference, he loved the reference, and the reference was just like, you know, it wasn't like mixed down, professionally recorded. It was just like a reference.
Yeah.
So he loved it even like that. He was like, yo, this just sounded too crazy.
Okay.
So yeah, once I called Soul, told him, he just like the next day after, he went to the studio like probably like that same day, got it done, sent it to me like the next day, and then STARBEL sent it back probably like 2-3 days after that.
And I love it, and I kind of feel like I always wanted that to happen because with that incident with Flights to Houston, I really didn't want to take away from his artistry. So I was like, man, how can we change the chapter and get it on a better note? So he's not like, man, this the nigga who took the shit from me. And I kind of wanted to. I loved his sound already. Like I thought it was dope. I really feel like this song was for him because I feel like the first song we picked, it was like, nah, that's. But with this one,
I mean, he liked it too though. He could have jumped on that too though.
Yeah.
But yeah, we just feel like this one.
This was the one.
Yeah, this was the one.
And I think it really showcased both of our, you know what I'm saying, our lyrics. And I love it now, man.
Yeah, it's tough. Yo, listen, when I first heard it, I was like, yo, this got to be the first video. This is it. This one is it. This is different.
Like the whole first day, he was like, yo, chick, I'm going to get to the rest of it, but this is my son. He just kept beating.
This one is it. Shout out STARBEL, man. Word up.
On the soul, baby.
We're going to get to that No Love For You featuring STARBEL.
She asking questions that I don't know, cause I don't have no love for you, I'm sorry, baby girl, not anymore.
Liar.
Back to who I was, I'm not that nigga anymore.
Bad bitches all in the club one night. Met ass all in the club one time. What's on your mind? Girl, tell me what's on your mind. You love when I get it, you love when I get it, you love when I run it up. I had to hit my little mouth on the low. We hit the club 7:30, we parking for early. We hit the walk through, then we go. Back in your city, yeah, baby, let's go. Ain't nothing like them broke niggas before. I had to tell you time and again, time and I told you before. That these niggas can't hang with us. She on demon time, on angel dust. I'm speeding fast, watching niggas crash, cause these niggas ain't in the same lane as us. Sounds like familiar, the gang is us. Pull up with some foreigns, your bitches is born, they don't even speak the same language as us. Whenever they speak, she don't even speak. This what do you mean? Starting the company just for the tank. I've been that nigga since I was a teen. All the things I seen, the lust for life, the money is just a drink. All of the things I seen, the lust for life, the money is just a drink. Parking lot pimpin', man, I wanna sing. I'm on this bitch on a hunt for a friend.
Yeah.
Cause I don't have no love for you, I'm sorry, baby girl, not anymore. I'm never going back to who I was, I'm not that nigga anymore. What's on your mind? What's on your mind? Girl, tell me what's on your mind.
Hey. That's STARBEL.
I'm switching up shit, I got it. Don't feel away, baby girl, ain't feeling the same. I got a bitch with some inches, we argue, it's simple, we break up the mingle again. You can't keep up with my dollars. Straight out the mud with the sun, cause I'm sick of the rain. Running away from the cloud on the love that was it. Just got crushed by the wheels on this train. I know you're right, but I can't, so you look for a way just to fight into blood of the blame. Yeah. Black Ferrari parked beside, we gotta take it for a tax. Did 190 supersonic, get free crashes all tax. All these questions she keep asking out the whip, she need a stab. Every time she thinks she's writing this, the reason why I laugh.
No, 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 no. 'Cause I don't have no love for you. I'm sorry, baby girl, not anymore, anymore, anymore. Yeah, I'm never
Going back to who I was, I'm not that nigga anymore.
bitches all in the club one night, 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 night. That's all at the club one time. What's on your mind? What's on your mind?
Hey,
Girl, tell me what's on your mind,
yeah.
He on demon time.
Demon time on Angel
On
Dust.
Angel Dust, son. I heard Jesus piece up like I think it was like 2 weeks ago. I said, yo, did you listen to what he said, yo? Because I'm a person like forever. I was never a person that paid attention to beats.
Yeah,
I always paid attention to what people said.
lyrics, right?
Yeah, like if you're not really saying anything, I don't want to hear it, right? But, you know, as time evolves and music evolves, you get into different aspects of it. But then, like, my baby bro is making beats, I'm going to listen to every aspect of the record.
Everything.
Now that I know that the beat is fire, let me hear what these dudes is doing with it.
Yeah.
I called them. I was like, yo, did you hear what he said, son? Yo,
Ew, God.
that was different. Yo, you and STARBEL, bro. It took me 2 weeks it took me 2 weeks to understand what he was saying in the. I was like, yo, son, like,
You like, oh yeah, he's on a whole nother level.
yeah, different, man. But
We both killed that, bro.
Yeah.
I was
I think-
so proud of that record, bro.
Yeah.
I am so proud of that record, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
bro, I'm hyped. I'm proud of the whole thing.
Oh,
I'm proud of the whole thing because, like, for me, it's different than both of y'all. You know what I mean? Because I put projects together, but not from the position that you guys are in.
Yeah.
I wasn't rapping. I mean, I played with it a little bit, pause, but that wasn't what I wanted to do. And I didn't want to make beats. I wanted to engineer. I wanted to mix down. I wanted to master. I wanted to hear beats, and yo, I know who I can get for that. You know what I mean? And every time he came to me with, yo, I don't like this too much, but that was the one. You know what I mean? So I stopped listening to him when he judges his own music. I'm like, let me just hear everything and then let me, you know what I mean? Is this.
Yeah.
But like the sound gets better. Your sound gets better. You're not predictable. You know what I mean? Because you get these artists that they come out with a sound, it works for them. They run with it, but they stay in that dimension. So you don't know what they're gonna say lyrically, but you know the patterns and the cadences and everything is predictable. Like you know where people are gonna go with it, and that's it's impossible to do that to either of you.
Yeah.
And I think that's fire. You know what I mean?
Thank you.
Because and it's evident with the record that you made and the record that STARBEL made.
Yeah.
Same beat, two totally different worlds.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like STARBEL's record was for High 97, Power 105. Your record was for High 97, Power 105, and whatever else alternative they got, R&B, soul, and you know what I mean?
Yes, all that.
And it was the same beat.
Yeah.
You dig? And it's just it took two different people to two totally different dimensions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's what.
And that comes with dope music though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That comes with that sound, like you said, that quality sound.
Yeah.
All right, we got Switch. Talk to me about that.
Switch is hella dope, man. I feel like just that sound, that great sound, that darkness in it. I feel like that's me and Jesus Peace collective sound. Well, it's number 3, right? So it's like really like it's like that middle. It's like kind of like you get to the middle of the project. You in the project now.
Yep.
So if you can hear the first song, the storytelling, if you can hear the second, we're like, all right, welcome to the project. The third one is like in the project now. My verse on there is just, I just love the sound on that verse, man. Sometimes I be hearing it, I'm like, damn, who is that? It's not even. I'm the most humblest person, the humblest artist. So I don't really mean to like toot my horn or anything like that, but I listen to some sometimes and be like, damn, that shit is crazy.
That's a fact, bro. That's a fact. You impress yourself.
Yeah, and I think they just the sound and the lyrics just they so cohesive, man. They go together.
It's that marriage that I was talking about.
Yeah.
It's a different sound when that's complete on a record.
Yeah,
It's a different sound. You know what I mean? Because somebody could sound dope rapping on a beat, but to me it sounds like this.
yeah.
But when you do this, it's a different sound. You know what I mean?
And this sound right here is kind of like a dark R&B. I would definitely say like
Okay.
R&B.
Jesus Piece, what was your first reaction when you initially heard this record?
I was hyped too because it was like it gave me like a hype vibe, like something I would put to kind of like get excited, get into something. Like I like everything he does. I'm like, that's he gets better on every. I feel like every track. So,
Yeah.
For me it was just like listening to M. Kilda. It was just like, it's another fire one. Like,
Yeah, he's an alien, bro. He's an alien, son.
another fire. I'm like, yo, project. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know that it was tough. I know it must have been tough to pick though. Just that amount of records.
Yeah.
Yo,
Had to have been tough.
So many records tucked, but like even right now, we still got like mad records tucked. I didn't want to like because Soul's dropping too. He got the next project he's dropping is crazy. I didn't want to like take every record for this one project. I kind of wanted it to be like what it was, six songs. Maybe like one more I could have added, but I wanted to keep it short. And he's gonna have another project with more collabs between us, and then we work on even another project like later in the future. So I didn't want to just put everything out like one shot. I wanted to.
I think it was smart you did it that way because you left enough space for people to want more.
Yeah.
And nowadays, the average person's attention span isn't to go home and listen to a 13-song album.
Yeah, exactly.
No matter how much you like the artist, bro.
Yeah.
And then on top of the fact that you got the big wigs still dropping, you got all these independent kids still dropping, you got the internet rappers still dropping.
Yeah.
Your demographic that you trying to capture is between whatever it is, but you got so much now to say, okay, you heard this, or I didn't even know he dropped because 17 new people dropped. You know what I mean? Like, and I just, like I said, the attention span of the average person now isn't what it was before.
Yeah.
So I think y'all did it dope because you let people know y'all mean business.
Yeah.
You let people know that y'all here, and you also left people wanting more. Like, yo, damn, he should have done at least one or two more songs. When you hear that reaction, you got him.
I did that a lot too.
I know you do because they told me that. Yo, your man should have put more records. Your man should have put more records. Like, you trying to hate, but it's like you complimented because if you want more music, that means you like what you heard.
Yeah. And like and that leaves space for like when he drops again. So what I'm saying, it's gonna be more joints on there. And then like I said, we got mad joints like to stabs. So we're gonna be always putting stuff out.
Yeah, and our system, how we working now, we're not putting projects in every 10 months. Like we on it every 2 or 3 months.
Yeah, so,
like this project only been out for a month. Yeah, and y'all about to get another project in the next month or two. So our system, how we rolling out, is really, really great. So people just gotta just take it for what it is and just enjoy those 6. So when you get another 8 or 9, you're like, okay.
Yeah, that's fire. Y'all lucky it's a pandemic because I would have been in y'all videos more than y'all, man. They're acting up because y'all get me hype.
Just got a video yesterday for No Love For You, man. Would have been crazy if he'd been there, bro.
Oh man, it would have been a longer video. Let's get to the next joint. Let's get to Switch.
Switch it up, yeah. Switch. She doesn't know. Let's keep it the same, yeah. I already know. We've been through this game, yeah. I don't wanna go back and forth with pain, cause I hate when it shows. Yeah, I hate when you go. And you don't tell me you're sorry. Really don't want no apologies. Back and forth shit that I wanna be. Please don't let it down for me. I might as well load up the gun. All of these feelings be weighing a ton. What you do when the vibes start changing? How would you move when it's all said and done? Nothing to lose when the feelings start changing. I had to change my whole shit up. My bitch hate me now for the switch up. For the switch. Brand new bitch had a switch, now she all on my dick. Yeah, switch. I done lay with a bitch and she all like this. Switch it up. Brand new
I think
bitch
you
had a
got
switch,
that
but she all
pop,
on
man.
my dick.
I'm telling you.
I had to change my whole shit up. That bitch hate me now for the switch up. For the switch. Yeah. So, switch. Level up.
Yeah, as a female, you know, nigga, you know my lifestyle.
Yeah.
No artist song.
Every episode.
I need 100 bad hoes, nigga, all in the habitat. Only thing is, when I give a dick, they just get attached. I'm in your city, yeah, girl, I'm back. I just touched down like a running back. Had to switch, I had to up the numbers, yeah, check the numbers, had to up the stats. You been all around the hood and back. We go back like
Prac.
We go back like late night on the rooftop eating Apple Jacks. Shit is different now, had to switch it now. Now my name all on the map. No track and field, now I'm running track. For spitting real, yeah, for spitting facts. I was in the field, yeah, with K-Stacks. Moving ill, nigga, yeah, green packs. Now the diamonds green like a bay pack. Pussy nigga tryna get his pay back. Pussy nigga all out in Harlem. Got me feeling like I'm ASAP. Me and Jesus Peace in a Maybach. Just switch it up, but never say that, never say that.
Switch. Brand new bitch had a switch, now she all on my dick. Yeah.
Wait.
Switch. I did wild with a bitch and she all like this. Switch it up. Switch. Down with the bitch if the bitch can't make me rich. I had to change my whole shit up. That bitch ain't me now for the switch up. For the switch. So, Jesus Peace, you know I see you. Yeah. From Houston, Texas to New York.
Yo, so let me ask you a question. Your process of song making, cause you like your hooks. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I can only relate it to, and not that you sound like, because you don't sound like at all. I'm talking about consistency of a Max B. Because he harmonized, he was melodic, but his hooks, classic. You understand? And you got that. You know what I mean? Like,
Thank you.
when you're making records or songs, I'm not gonna say records. When you're making songs, is there a process for you? Like, do you get through your verse, or do you put your hook first, or does your hook create the song for you? Like, what's that process like for you? Because your hook game is up.
Yeah, I kind of just like I've been kind of like letting it flow. I was really strong on writing my hooks, but then I would get stuck. Where it would, like, confuse me with writer's block.
Got you.
I just started like letting everything flow, man. With these references track, like the reference tracks,
Yep.
they just come out natural, and it gives me the chance to kind of like say what I want to say, go back and fix it if I need to. You know, it just come out so natural, man. It just come out so natural, and I'm so happy because I was trying to get to this level. Even when I was telling you I had to sit down, I was like writing, thinking that I was gonna get the best song out of writing, but it just come out so natural.
Yeah, it's a much better feeling that way, because you become part of the music that way.
When I'm writing on these R&B records, when I'm getting these melodic records, my process is like, all right, get soft, like go, you soft right now. But when you come to this verse, nigga,
yeah. I was gonna say that. Yeah.
So that's why I need 100 bad hoes, nigga, all in the habitat. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, just come hard. Like, I kind of like, it's like a meter. Like, all right, you soft right here. All right, now go up. No, now go up. So I would say that's kind of like the process.
Yeah, because that switch record could mean like how you switched your flows on it.
Yeah,
it can relate. What you're talking about, it can relate. You can mean something totally different that nobody's even, you know what I mean? But it leaves the door open, and then you did what you did with it.
Yeah.
So I think, I mean, like I said, man, before he dropped the album, he's like, yo, what do you think is the weakest record? We still waiting.
And I think Switch was a good alley for Love on the Low.
Yeah.
That's why
fire.
That's why it's like that. You know, like
fire.
It was the alley. Like, all right, I'll set y'all up. boom. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's a strong record too.
Get into
Yes,
that.
it
Get into
is.
that. Get into that.
That's a strong record.
Love on the low.
Uh-huh.
We gonna get right into it. We talk after because this is different right here.
Mm-hmm.
This is the first record I'm gonna perform as You So Love in China. You heard? She ain't wanna go. Tell me she gonna be there for me and all my niggas out in front of the store. I told you before, please don't keep me waiting. You stay on my mind, girl. I ain't got no patience, you know I ain't got no time, girl. I want your love. Gonna send that love, spread that love for you so love. We ball a little mama, they out of bounds. I bet that nigga just ask around.
Yeah, you make it check.
She from LA, yeah, that's Cali bound.
When niggas found to the demons found. Town until one pretty good too.
Hey, one, I just gotta show love to the ones, man. Always just stay true. Cameras flashing, yo, we'll take two. I've been that one, man, it's never no two.
Yeah.
No money and they start to hate you, but I never let a blow nigga ever take you. She tell all the girls, you know, they wanna go. They wanna ride with me. All of this shit, gonna be there for me. Me and all my niggas out in front of the store. She tell all the girls, you know, they wanna go. They wanna ride with me. All of this shit, gonna be there for me. Me and all my niggas out in front of the store. I thought
This shit right here. Oh, I want your love. Spread that love. Spread that love, baby, for you so love.
World these chicks out right now, baby. What's the word podcast? Dykeman Drew. Sweet ride.
Episode love.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, I got your whole shit down pat. Don't slack a minute. I'm gonna tell you right now, if you stub your toe and miss a performance, I'm on your neck, kid.
You stunt double?
It's over. It's over. There's just for men. You know what I mean? So it's all good. I get rid of these grays in a second. I keep my hat and my glasses on. They ain't gonna know I'm not you.
Stunt double. You know, I don't feel like doing the show. I'm gonna call you like, yo, Drew, go ahead and do it, Drew.
We get it. We get it. We get it done. We get it done. We get it done. What's the science behind that record, man? Because that's different right there to me, man.
Yo, let me answer this, yo.
Go ahead.
I had stepped out, right? I left this on my hard drive, and I'm like, yo, I got this folder just full of like beats or whatever. Just go through it, whatever. And I had stepped out. I come back like a few hours later. I didn't even remember I made that beat. That's how long ago I made that beat. I think I made that like 5 years ago as well.
Okay.
And so he's like, yo, I found some joints, man. Let me play them for you. He had already went through the hard drive in the folders, picked what he was going to make, referenced the tracks already. I come back, he got like 3-4 tracks that's already referenced.
Okay.
He's like, yo, listen to this. And when I hear that, I was like, yo, that's fire. And I'm sitting there thinking like, damn, well, you know, I make this beat. Like, I ain't even remember when I made that beat. So, but it's just he picks good beats. Like, that's another talent like about being an artist too. It's not just like rapping or thinking and writing. Or, like, it's like, yeah, you gotta have that ear for it, pick out the right. You know what I'm saying? So when I heard that, I was like, damn, bro, this is crazy.
Yo, you a Martian.
Thank you, bro. On my end, when I heard it, because like I said, I had his hard drive. Man's got like 500 to 1,000 beats.
Oh, forget about it, bro.
Man's got beats for days.
Yeah, that shit's endless.
And it don't take me nothing but like 30 seconds to like, you know what I'm saying? And
Yep.
When I heard it, I said, this the one the South gonna appreciate. If niggas don't understand anything, I love being from the South. That's one production. Like that's one instrumental I heard. It put me to the. I was here. I was. You know what I'm saying? I was in New York. So when I heard it, it took me home.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And just how
yeah.
it came in. So like that's why I say, oh yeah, this that shit we love in the South. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yo,
that
that
shit we
shit
love in
right
the
there,
South.
boy.
It took me to the South, and I'm like, yo, this is the one people come here like. This man Jesus is really like versatile with it. Like he can make whatever. It can sound like East Coast, up north, down south,
Exactly. You can't pinpoint where he's from his sound.
and that's what I
And
really,
same thing with you.
and that's what I want to do, man. That's why this project is so special, man. I wanted to showcase what we do together. Like I wanted to show the world like how we kind of like we like a scale. Like I'm on one side, he on one side. It's a good balance. So when you hear
That's a
projects
perfect
in the
balance.
future, I'm gonna be like, oh yeah, I'm familiar with them.
I'm telling you, it's like Gangstar, fam. Like it's different, bro. It's different. Like when you have that as a producer, when you have that type of relationship with an artist that your sounds can coexist so crazy,
Yeah.
it's just different because your wordplay on that record. I'm telling you, I do that. That's the one I do when I'm in the shower getting ready. I got the mirror and I'm putting on my lotion. I be like, please don't keep me waiting. I ain't got no time, girl. That's the one for me. Because at first, when he was like, yo, what do you think about the project? And I was like, yo, I think the project is dope. But, you know, like he knows me. I like that gutter shit.
Yeah.
So I'm like, we need one. And he was like, you think so? And I was like, maybe, I think so, man. And now, I don't think so. I think y'all touched on every aspect for every ear. You know what I mean? Because it's the sound, bro. It's the sound. The content is different. Like, the content that you guys are putting out is not beginner content. It's not a dude that been rapping for 6 years. It's not a dude that's been producing for 10 years. These are dudes that are just like goats. Like these dudes are OGs. This is what they do. You know what I mean? So I know it's only gonna get better. But that one record right there, that shit changed everything for me. I was like, yo, this is it right here, boy.
The one.
That's the one for me. That's the one. All right, we got Fix Your Crown. Talk to me about that record.
That record is special because I recorded it here in New York. And I think if people can hear it, man, I've been working hard to elevate my sound. This project is not just like rap. This is not.
Yep.
This is like all around, like you said, alternative R&B. Shit, even I tried to tell you, I feel like that's like them drums.
It's music. It's music. You know what I mean? Like, yeah.
Yeah, Fix Your Crown maybe was just me getting to that R&B element. Like, really, like, even my boy Chino said the other day, you gotta make music for the females, dog. The niggas is not really trying to cater to the niggas and they killing each other.
Yep, that's a fact. If the women are listening, the dudes are gonna want to have the music.
And that's what we want to do, man. We want to showcase that. We want to show the world that we can kind of deliver on all, you know what I'm saying, on all genres. We can kill everything, but we really wanted to show the females, like, man, this ain't just no rough and rugged album. We talking to y'all too.
And that's
because
we had Smash for like a while too, bro. I think like a year. We recorded that like a year and a half ago. And
I was working on Smoking Go Rich.
Yeah, we just had that like stuck too. And I always loved it. And I would always just bump it. So when it was time to put the party together, like, I gotta throw that on there. I gotta throw that on there.
You know what I respect? That he killed the project without having to kill anybody on a record.
Exactly.
Didn't have
you know what I mean?
Exactly.
I didn't talk about guns. I didn't talk about killing.
Yeah, you know what I mean? It was dope, and it was dope, my nigga. Because my thing is this: like nowadays, this new slang, everybody is a vibe. Yeah. Oh nah, you gotta listen, shorty's a vibe. Nah, homie's a vibe. Like, listen, fam. Do y'all really know what a vibe is? Yeah. Because a vibe is music that takes you somewhere. A vibe ain't music that makes you want to dance. Yeah. That's energy. A vibe is not energy. A vibe is inside of you, bro. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, it's hard to describe what a vibe is. But if your music is a vibe, it moves you without having to move you. You understand what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Like it's deeper than just what people make it seem. Anything that sounds cool now is a vibe. Oh no, this nigga's a vibe. No, he's really not. He said 12 words and repeated 7 of them for 4 bars. How is he a vibe, my nigga? The fuck are we talking about? You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
So it's real different. I like I said, I appreciate good music, and not because y'all my peoples, but this is part of it. We're gonna get into Fix Your Crown. You gotta get the blazer with the flowers for this one.
Gotta get nice on this
Woo.
one.
You gotta get your hair permed.
You taking your lady out on this one. Y'all riding.
That's that.
Y'all riding.
Why you always taking flights and hit me when you get back home and wanna stay the night? You breaking lead, you breaking lead. Tell me you stay for life. I got you high, you couldn't take my height. Told you I love you, baby girl, in despite my feelings, they couldn't right. Got me sipping boo with booze, not feeling right. I got you good, back in my life. They say the real was lit too fast, so fuck it, gotta take it slow. Wasn't really used to the real, I was just give and go. Waking up to centerfolds looking in the mirror like fuck it, what you living for? Damn, what you live? I got the ice spots where my heart used to be. Man, these feelings cold. Damn, man, old diamonds want some touch shit. Trying to fuck with me has been praying. Home bus quick. Used to hit the stop by the shop, right in the bus with rhymes that I wrote in my phone. Through our conversation, fuck all stuck in the zone. Fuck that hesitation, got me feeling alone. Only ends, baby, no outs. Young Don Corleone, yeah, I'm gone. This how I don't keep it down, keep it down. Hoping you stay around. Happy here at a fountain. King the fishing crown. This how I won't keep it down, keep it down. Hoping you stay around. Happy here at a fountain. King the fishing
That's a vibe.
That's a vibe.
Exactly.
That's a vibe.
You understand the difference?
That's a vibe.
You know what I mean? Like, and you know what I think is super duper dope? That a lot of people try to make the melodic music, right? But they don't know their ranges.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're not out here trying to sing like Michael Jackson. You harmonizing. You make it a vibe. You understand? Because to me, it's like you rapping on some extra smooth shit. Like you like Billy D. Williams, my nigga. Like, you know what I'm saying? You got the old, you gonna have the aunts lined up as well as the nieces. You heard? I'm telling you, bro, music like that, you can get an older person like, wait a minute, who's that young boy? You know what I'm saying? Then you got drawers this big thrown up on stage. Because I heard everything in Texas is big. Pause. It'll be throwing car covers at you, talking about YSL.
We're like, yo, give it to my man G.
Forget about that. That's a sleeping bag for the homie right there.
Give it to my brother Jeezy. Give it to my brother Jeezy.
All right, we get into the last joint. I tried to tell you.
Another record that we already had stashed.
Okay, talk about it.
For like 2 years, probably, right? Like a year and a half, 2 years we had that stash. I felt that it gives us like that kind of like tropic vibe a little bit with the horns and all that, you know. little bit of like, I was like, that's where the little Latin comes in.
I was gonna say you showed your Latino side real quick right there, bro.
So that was kind of like my goal with that beat. And then
Okay.
Sue just killed it with what he does. You know what I'm saying? I tried to tell you. So I had to finish the project with that song just because, for a long time, we've been putting in work and shit. And for it to all be like in his head now, it was like I had to end the project with that. Like I tried to tell you.
And I like the fact that that's the name of the last song. Like we're gonna close this chapter, but just the last thing you're gonna remember is I tried to tell you. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I think Jesus did an amazing job, man, lining the project up, getting it up like how he wanted to do, and then telling his story through the name titles and everything, man. So I think it's dope, man, especially ending out on that song. That was kind of like, this is how we're gonna end it. It ain't the end, but to be continued.
Yeah.
Facts. Okay, we're gonna get to fix your crown. No, try to tell you.
Yeah.
Try to tell you. This shit right here though is different. This the shirt don't get buttoned on this one. Loud colors.
Yeah, all of that.
So well.
Flies with. Yeah.
Coco. I tried. I'm that nigga. I'm that nigga. I tried to tell you I'm that nigga. Do the dishes. Rap shit so easily. Get out of here, baby, and leave with me. I tried to tell you, I'm that nigga. I tried to tell you. I tried to tell you, I'm that nigga. I tried to tell you. We in the club, it's like 3 a.m. I'm looking at her, she looking at me. I'm like, damn, what's up? We in New York. So. It's like 3 a.m. Watching this shit. This shit different, bro. This shit, I forgot we was doing the interview just now.
Yo,
that's how you end it, though.
I want to say, though.
Talk about it.
I want to say, though, like, thank you to my brother Soul.
For life.
He could have took all these songs and spread them out across different projects, put them out and stuff, and that would have been dope too.
Yeah, absolutely.
But he told me like, yo, I want to do this shit for you. Like let's just make a project for you and like you put it out.
That's love.
Yeah, like and
love.
Yeah,
always.
And I was just like, damn, dude, like I couldn't really even believe it, and I was like, fuck it, let me hurry up and do this shit. Let me hurry up and do it and put it out.
I think y'all did what y'all needed to do.
Yeah.
I don't think there was anything missing. I don't think there was anything more you could have done to make the project any doper than what it is. I'm looking forward to the visuals because that in itself is gonna just take it to that next level because there's nothing more you can do to any of that music, bro. Nothing at all. Nothing at all.
Yo, with that being said, my boy's next project, Money in the Evils, is
Yeah, that's what I was gonna ask you. So what's next? What's next up for you, So Love? What's the word?
The album made, Money in the Eagles. I've been working on it, man. Just traveling throughout the world, just kind of getting inspired, and just kind of keeping the heat cut, man. So if you think this is heat, and we know we deliver heat every time, just leveling the bar, man, just setting the bar, man, knowing that we're going up every time. Better lyrics, better sound, better quality, better visuals, just going crazy. And this year, 2021. I gotta say, shout out to everybody who's been around me. Shout out to my brother JESUSPIECE. We just created something different, man, that was gonna change the game. So,
Any features on the next project?
of course. I mean,
You keeping it quiet? You keeping it quiet?
I don't even want to say too much because we was in the studio last night and just the feeling, just hearing it in New York was just perfect. And I could take it home and hear it. It's a good thing, man, because sometimes I usually gotta like, all right, who is this project for? But this project is for everybody.
Okay.
It's fire. It's fire. Dude. We listened to, like he said, we listened to it yesterday. Every record, I was just like, man, it's getting better, better. The production is fire. You got production from myself, from our people's Evan Brown, from Harlem, he's fire. Mateo out in Orlando made a crazy fire track on there too. So like that whole project is fire, man. I'm just big proud of soul. Like just like he says, he's just been elevated, man. You can really hear it through the music.
Yeah.
You have a talented ear, my friend, because you know how to pick them.
Thank you.
Definitely do. You
Thank
definitely do. Even like I said, like he just said, even the joints that I've heard of yours that he don't have nothing to do with.
Yeah.
Fire.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you know how to pick them, but you know what to do with it when you pick them, which is more important. Because you can have the ear for the music, but not know how to make the songs.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Before I let y'all go, I have one question that I didn't even speak to JESUSPIECE. Oh, I think we spoke about it briefly, but how do y'all feel about that Grammy Nas one?
You wanna go first?
It don't matter.
Honestly, me being a listener and a big person like on Nas, like following, like I love Nas. I think it was perfect timing. I think he should have won years ago, but how the Grammys is set up, I'm just happy that he can't end his career to say he won a Grammy.
Yeah.
Because imagine Nas not winning a Grammy. And when is he gonna get it? The game is changing. It's so fickle now. It's so crazy where they kind of like created the winners. So if you're gonna create a winner, make sure that the OG Nas, the storyteller Nas, is in it. You know what I'm saying? And he created some music that was great for this time. Ultra Black, the one with Don Toliver, that's amazing. He had some amazing records, and man, it was the same vibe that me and Jesus on. It was just him and Hit Boy.
Yeah.
You know, it takes a different type of mental state as an artist to only work with one producer. Like how I'm gonna tell my story with just one producer. Because you will be like, oh man, that producer got the same sound. So you gotta really take the time to come up with these creative lyrics and wordplays and come up with something, man. And the fact that he won a Grammy, I love it. I hate that it was late, but perfect timing.
Yeah, I feel kind of like the same way. I think that I'm happy for him. I grew up, I guess my favorite artist.
You the biggest Nas fan. You and my man G are the two biggest Nas fans I know. So don't even like down talk it with me, bro.
Yeah, so I'm happy that he got to win one and he got one. That's it. It's in the history books. He got it. I feel like he should have been had not just one, but like a few. You know what I'm saying? Like you got classic. You know, one of the best ever. You know what I'm saying? But you know, there's no way that he could have ended his whole career without ever getting one. That would have been crazy. Yes.
I just think it was disrespectful in a few ways because one, look who he was up against.
Yeah.
Like, that's not really an accomplishment. That's like us three going to play against James Harden, KD, and Kyrie. They win no points for beating us.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So
One.
it was in a pandemic.
It wasn't a lot of records that dropped.
It wasn't a lot of
Yeah,
people
they
wasn't
dropped
really
last year.
working. You know
No,
what I'm
I
saying?
hear that, but if
Not
it's for the
working.
music, aspect, Jim Jones should have been a candidate because he dropped the hottest album in 2020.
Yeah.
Realistically, I think it's like you guys said. How can Nas be this far along as one of the greatest of all time? Because that's what he is. He's one of the GOATs. And not have multiple, but at least one Grammy. So I think, okay, he put out this project. It's like we don't know how many more we might get from him here. I think that was disrespectful because he should have had one in the 90s.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I definitely agree.
But I mean, it is what it is. I just wanted to pick your brain about that and see what, especially Jesus Piece, because me and him argued Nas and Jay-Z, bro, forever.
Yeah.
Back in the day.
But I
Forever.
think Nas is somebody who doesn't really care about the accolades at this point. He knows where he's run. He know he's changed the game when it comes to lyricism. So I think he really don't even really care. So he probably just take it as thank y'all. I would see that like that. And us as we as artists, we gotta start understanding the politics and know, like, even though your biggest goal might be to get a Grammy, you might be doing some better things in other areas.
No, that's a whole fact. I just think what held him back this much was his ear. Because it was never the bars.
Beat selection.
That's it. Because it was never the bars. Nas don't spit whack. You know what I mean? Like, Nas is, like I said, I got him as one of the GOATs. But I just think it was his ear, and that's what I've credited you so much for. That you don't ever sound the same, bro. But that comes from how you challenge yourself with the different music you choose to make. Because rapping is one thing, right? You can have as many different flows, cadences, whatever you want to call it. But when you incorporate melody and harmony with rap and not have to sacrifice who you are and make it sound genuine like you do, it's like you don't really need anybody for features unless you feeling like you woke up in a, you know what, let me let somebody live today. You know what I mean? Because you can pretty much do it all yourself.
And then a lot of these people be having a lot of songwriters. You know, I really didn't pay attention to that this year. But I do everything. We kind of do everything in house. We do everything ourselves. It's not a lot of songwriters. I write my own lyrics.
Chill, don't say that, because then I can't jack that. You know what I mean? Come on, so what you doing? I'm gonna have to edit this part of the. We've been here for an hour and a half, and you just dropped a bomb on these people. Like, you ain't see 3 episodes ago. I said I'm gonna have my artist that I write everything for. You so love up here.
Shout out to the Art of Soul, man.
Yo, shout out to y'all movement, the Art of Soul, Teos Boys. I still ain't getting no merch yet, but we ain't gonna talk about that on camera. Yo, I appreciate you two brothers, man. Oh, wait, one last thing. We got Soul's next move. What can the people expect from Jesus Piece 178 in the future? Near future.
Piece in the near future. I'm gonna keep working with my artists, working with STARBEL. I got some songs tucked, you know what I'm saying? So I may put out like compilation project, you know what I'm saying? With a few different artists and some voice tucked.
Yes, sir.
Maybe do another project in the future. You know what I'm saying? But expect to hear my song, our records, I collapsed on his project that are gonna be coming out. You know, I'm still working. I still got songs tucked. I got songs coming out for those projects and all of that. So you're gonna hear a lot from me as far as me putting something out. I'm not sure yet, but I got some songs tucked that I could put together and put out. You know what I'm saying? Right now it's about Soul, so we're gonna push his next project. And he got a performance that he did back in November that he partnered up with Live Nation. We're gonna put that out soon. So like. I think right now the next phase is to focus back on Soul for a bit.
That's what it is, my guys. I appreciate y'all so much.
No, we appreciate
thank you too, man.
Thank you.
Nah, you already know, man. Home team shit, man.
I got one request.
What's good?
When I was coming out here, I had like a little journey I was on, and I was living in Dyckman for a few weeks. I was on Nagel.
Okay.
I fell in love with the culture, man. So one favor I asked is, I want to perform me and Jesus Piece when everything open up. Man, can we get on that basketball court? Can we tear up something?
You can make
Oh,
that.
Dyckman Park?
I know you can
Yeah,
make that happen.
make
You
that
Dyke,
Yes, sir. The commissioner's the big homie.
you
Like
definitely
that's
do.
not tough at all.
That's like the
We just want one performance, man. One
That's not
performance.
hard. That's not difficult to do. So you family, bro. It's home team shit.
Thank
Whatever y'all need me for, Jesus Peace knows I'm only a phone call away, man. That Dyckman thing, we get that done.
I love
Facts.
you, man. I appreciate how Dyke took me in and everybody showed me so much love being a kid from Houston, man. So thank y'all. Thank y'all so much.
Absolutely. And I appreciate y'all for taking the time out to do this. I know y'all ripping and running all over the place, interviews, videos, and all that other stuff that we can't talk about on camera. But you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Yo, I appreciate you.
Chaos
You already know though, man. I appreciate y'all. I love the project. The World Needs Jesus on all platforms. If you haven't downloaded it, if you haven't listened, you owe it to yourself. You know what I mean? It's not because they're my peoples, but this music it moves you and it's timeless. We'll be able to listen to this in 5 and 10 years and it'll sound like it just came out. And that's dope. You know what I mean? And not everybody's doing that. Y'all doing that, you know, and I salute y'all. God bless y'all, and y'all know I'm on deck for whatever y'all need.
Thank you.
Yo, I appreciate y'all for coming out today, and you already know what it is, man. Holla at your boy, man.
What's the word?
What's the word?
Yes, sir.
Thank y'all, man.
Appreciate you. There you got it. My guys, you've so loved JESUSPIECE178. They gonna be different, man. Remember I said it. They gonna change how we listen to music. They're gonna change how people make music. They gonna change music. I appreciate y'all for logging on, tuning in, listening, however you getting the message, man. What's the Word Podcast? Dyckman Drew signing off. Holla at your boy unless I holla at you first.